Hello, everyone. Did you guys see the silly thumbnail? It's just today's stream is so silly. It's just so silly for real. Like if anyone gets offended, it's just so ridiculous. How is everyone doing? Hi, Nick, Amen, Celine, Susie, Cam, Moon, Consuelo, Brett. How is everyone doing? Hopefully, I'm trying to see which schedule is the best because I feel like more people are able to join at 6 p.m. ET and less people are able to join at 4 p.m. ET. But I'm not sure anymore because people are saying that, oh, like I can't join at 6 p.m. ET. So I don't know. Don't Say You Love Me hit number one. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I felt like we were going to do it, but it's still, I mean, when I, less than a day ago, so 23 hours ago, I posted the playlist and everything, and we were at number two. And now it's number one. We just have to maintain it. We just have to keep it. We have to maintain it at number one. So far, I believe Jungkook, Jimin, and Jin hit number one on this particular chart, which is Spotify Global. We need Apple Music Global entry too. Yes. I do believe though that Apple Music, I really am trying to promote it because it's very important as well. And it helps more than Spotify actually, and also than YouTube because filtering is way lower. But the truth is that I don't use Apple Music. I know that you don't have to have Apple devices to have an Apple Music account, but I don't have Apple subscription or anything because you also would have to have a subscription. So it is like an entire new conversation. Mm, Bora Bot's allegations are back. Yes. And that is a good thing. Um, I'm very happy that we're all excited about this. Very, very exciting. But I did see someone comment something, and I think it's important. And it's that there are so many times when something like this happens. So we start doing very well, and then I feel like we are like, oh, like we are so back. So I don't have to try anymore because armies in general, we're all doing amazing. So I don't have to try as hard anymore. So that is not the best way of thinking because we need to just keep going. I feel like we're going to be able to maintain this excitement because BTS is coming very soon. June is about to start. So hopefully we maintain the excitement this time because during chapter 2 this has happened so many times. Like we get excited because oh my god, this is an amazing achievement. So we stop trying because we feel like oh like the rest of the fandom is going to do it. But that is not the way it works. We need to continue. When we reach a milestone, we actually stop for some reason. Yes. It's like, okay, we hit number one. We Don't Say You Love Me. We need to maintain this because if it starts like, oh, like we already did it, so we can leave and forget about streaming, like that's not the mentality. We need to maintain this as long as we can. And now BTS is coming back. So hopefully, um, because I believe, what is it? Who and other song re-entered this chart? I don't remember the other song. Just like Mona Lisa, we started good, but it dropped. Yes, and I remember that I saw Mona Lisa's numbers on TikTok specifically. Like they doubled from day to day. Like one day it was like 50,000, the next day was 100,000, and the next couple of days was like 200,000, 300,000. I was like, this is very good. Like we're growing so much on TikTok, and then it stopped. It stopped completely, and it stayed at the same number. And we cannot keep doing this. We cannot keep doing this. We need to maintain the excitement. We need to keep. We need to continue streaming. Buenas tardes, Marcos. So, what was I going to say? Oh, that I believe a lot of people are talking about the playlists that are working. So, of course, I share my playlist, but I shared one of the playlists that I am personally using, which is this one, the 15-hour one. That is not my playlist. That is one of the playlists that is on social media being shared, because armies from Latin America, um, they found like a way of doing good playlists. And I believe you can search Don't Say You Love Me X 100. It's like 100 times on one playlist, not more than 100, only 100 times. And they are already done. All of those playlists are done. So you just need to search on Spotify, Don't Say You Love Me 100, and you will see like a bunch of different playlists, and just stream those. Bora, are the remixes good to include? Yes, they are good to include. That will help with the Hot 100, but they will not help with the original song for this specific chart, for example. So for this chart specifically, you need to stream the original song. But I have here. So there are 4 different covers plus the regular one. So there are 5 versions that you can stream Don't Say You Love Me. And these are good because you can stream the song with just 1 or 2 songs in between. I would still recommend 2 songs in between. Just look Don't Say You Love Me 100 on Spotify, and you will see like a bunch of different playlists. Keep changing your playlists. Play different playlists. Um, that would be very helpful because those playlists are the ones that are helping a lot. Um, those are playlists from Latin American armies that, for some reason, like it's working. It's working. It's a good strategy. Bora, a consistent number of songs in between is bot behavior. Yes. So at least the one that I shared and the ones that I did, they have 2, 3, sometimes even 4. But then um, I'm scared of having one song in between. I know some playlists have one song in between the single that we're trying to stream, but I don't know. I'm just scared about the one song in between. So I'm doing 2, 3, or 4. It's important to not loop. Yes, and it's also important to change playlists. It's important to change playlists. So don't use just one playlist and stream that playlist every single day. Um, Stream a couple of playlists at least, multiple. There are a lot. If you search on Spotify, you can find a bunch of them. I'm doing 2 in between. Yes, I'm doing 2 in between, and not always 2 because that is also considered bot behavior. So I'm doing 2 or 3. In very rare occasions, 4. I try to use like fast songs when they are 4 songs in between. But yeah, not always 2 songs. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, just look for, you can you can stream the playlist that I have here on my community posts, or you can just search on Spotify, Don't Say You Love Me 100, and there will be a lot of playlists. Just keep changing the playlist. Play one and then move on to a new one. And don't underestimate the power of streaming the album from top to bottom. Like that is a basic that you should be doing. Um, like stream the playlist so Don't Say You Love Me has a good chart position. Um, but don't forget about Echo. Stream the album from top to bottom. It is one of the easiest ways. Like it's not, you don't need to overthink anything. Just play the album. I thought top to bottom isn't good. I thought it was. I thought it was. I mean, on a lot of guides, I've seen that it was good. But if someone knows why it's not good, let me know. Of course, don't just stream the album from top to bottom and then do it again and again and again. No, like stream the album from top to bottom and then a playlist and then listen to a random song and then another playlist and then the album from top to bottom. So just try diversifying your playlist. Um, it is good. Yes, that's what I heard. So it is good. Um, I feel like streaming from top to bottom the album is considered not so much bad behavior. It's considered like real behavior because that's how a lot of people listen to albums. So that's what I do. I listen to one playlist and then I move on to the album from top to bottom. And then I listen to a random song, like a rock song. And then I go back to another playlist. And then I move on to another playlist. And then I go back to Echo. So just try diversifying. That is the key. Don't use the same one playlist. So even with my playlist, maybe you have more time. So don't just stream the 1 hour and a half playlist. Stream also the 7 hour and the 3 hour and move, like keep changing your playlist. It sucks that we have to go to it sucks that we have to go this far to support our faves. Yes, because I saw that one song that is being pushed a lot everywhere, not just on Spotify, but also on TikTok and on YouTube. It's just so annoying. um, it has like 150 remixes, and it's like, are you for real? How is that not bot behavior? Like, how is it that we're competing with that? How can we even compete with that? We're doing the best we can. We're changing our playlist. We are doing like no more than 100 per playlist and changing from top to bottom. And it's all of this crazy stuff. And it's like that other song has like more than 100. I'm not joking. There's like 150 versions of that song. So how can we even compete with that? I believe those are, who are they? Capitol Records? I don't remember. I don't remember the label. Who is a guy? Is a guy who people are hating on TikTok. I don't remember his name. Boom something. Boom something. He's a guy that people hate on TikTok. I don't know anything about this guy. Atlantic? I think it's Atlantic. Yes. I think it's Atlantic. But it's just so ridiculous. It's not Morgan Wallen. Benson Boom. He has one song that is being so pushed. The other day I went to my parents' house and I just turned on their TV and they just listened to like the YouTube music tab. Is that how you say it? Like the YouTube music page. And they listen to salsa and Latin music and stuff like that. And it's like, this Benson Boom guy, like his song would appear in the middle of a salsa playlist. And he's like, what is this? Like, this is so frustrating. How can we even compete with this? And also, another song that you guys all know, like it's like collaboration by a K-pop singer that is so pushed, and it's like, why is this video in the middle of a salsa playlist? Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So yeah, like my parents are streaming that without even knowing. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. It's being pushed. It's being pushed. But they would never accidentally stream BTS because YouTube would never do that with BTS. Not even like accidentally, no. So yeah, we still did that. We still did this. I mean, number one on top 50 global. So it is amazing. So we just need to keep it up. We ate, yes. Like advice, all Don't Say You Love Me covers have the same ISRC code. So they get counted as the same song. So you can only play all covers together 20 times. I know that um I know that all of the what is it? All of the versions go to the same code, basically to the same song. So I guess that is why the playlists are 100. Don't Say You Love Me can only be 100 times, 20 times per version. There are four versions. I'm sorry, there are five versions. No. Yes, there are five versions. So the five versions can only be 20 times in one playlist. So that is why we can only have Don't Say You Love Me in one playlist 100 times. That's why they are called Don't Say You Love Me 100 times playlist. But if you still don't understand what we're talking about, just search Don't Say You Love Me 100 on Spotify and stream those playlists. Just check a little what other songs are included there, in case there's other K-pop songs. So far, I have not seen any K-pop song being infiltrated or something. Filter streams though, right? If we do more than 20 times, it'll count as unfiltered. Yes. Yes, it will. So that is why these playlists are specifically made a maximum of 20 times per version, per cover. By cover, they mean by picture. Let's put it that way, by picture. So there are these four pictures and there's this one picture. What is the difference between filtered and unfiltered? If you loop a song 20 times, those would be 20 unfiltered streams. But that would only be one filter stream. And what eventually would be counted towards the Billboard Hot 100, for example, or any Billboard chart would be one stream. But a lot of people loop. A lot of people in K-pop don't care if they count towards the charts or not. They just want the 1 billion plaque. So what they would do is have like a, I don't know, like a playlist with the song 100 times, or let's say, with the song 200 times. So those will be 200 unfiltered streams, but technically just one filtered stream. Or something like that. I'm not an expert on this. This is just what I have learned a little bit. So, yeah. So once again, if you um of course we need to be more careful when it comes to our filter streams with songs like Don't Say You Love Me right now, because it's a new song and we need good streams. We need the good filter streams. Um But for old songs, like it doesn't really matter that much. Like a very, very old song is not going to enter the Billboard Hot 100 today. It's almost impossible. And don't do that smart shuffle because that adds other songs they think you like. Yes, smart shuffle is prohibited, and I hate that because even the recommendations are terrible. Like I'm specifically blocking certain artists, and sometimes I do the smart shuffle, and they recommend me like other artists similar to those artists, and it's like I just blocked those. What do you think? Why do you think that I will want to listen to that? So the smart shuffle is just I don't like it. How to turn off a smart shuffle? Um, I believe the smart shuffle has like a little point. So click on it again until it disappears. I wish there was an option to block artists on Apple Music. There's not? That's crazy. Lately, I've been using a little bit of YouTube Music. So, Spotify and YouTube Music to see how Spotify, how effective it is with the algorithm and all of that. And it is better than I thought it would be, but it's still not Spotify. Like what I like about Spotify is how easy it is to make playlists. But on YouTube it's a little complicated on YouTube Music. You can block artists on Spotify though. I blocked lots. Yes, you totally can. And they won't play. But I've realized that sometimes they play when they are a feature artist. So let's say, for example, this is just an example. We're talking about Jin. So you block Jin. If Jin releases a song with another artist, um, you will still be able to listen to the song. That has happened to me. I don't know if it was a mistake or if it wasn't supposed to happen, but I block certain artists and then they appear because it's recommended to me again because they are a feature artist in another song. Like Loser, for example, with Yena. Yes. So, for example, the song is Jin featuring Yena. So, let's say, for example, I blocked Yena. I would still be able to listen to Loser, even though it's Jin featuring Yena. At least that happened to me. I don't know if it was a mistake and if it's not supposed to happen. Milagros, I did that. I did that because it was just so annoying. Did I miss a lot? Yes. No, you did not miss anything. I'm just starting. Some people use the term payola when they don't even know its real meaning. They use it to drag BTS. BTS who barely get any radio points. Yes, payola is just radio. And I feel like if you want to create a new term for payola for streaming platforms, okay, create a new word. Don't use payola because payola is for radio. And also, it's not the same paying for promotion on streaming platforms than paying for direct streams that will directly be counted for the Billboard Hot 100. It is a different thing. It is a different thing. By the way, what's your favorite song from Echo? At the very beginning, it was Loser, but more and more, like, I don't know, I feel like background, it really is so addicting. And actually, I'm going to talk about it today because today's theme is for the stream is transforming BTS solo songs into group songs. Wait, the title is wrong. Transforming BTS solo songs into BTS songs into BTS group songs, let's put it, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Rope it. Rope it is fun. Like my sister doesn't like um country music, but she likes rope it. With the Clouds underrated. I do like On the Clouds, but Background is my song. Background is my song. Okay, so let's start. This is very silly, guys. This is very, very silly. And I've always, during chapter two, every single time that BTS releases, like the BTS solo members, as solo members, release music, there are times when I'm like, this is so BTS. There are other times when I'm like, this is actually, for example, very J Hope. So I say, no, this is like J Hope song. But other times I feel like this is so J Hope, yes, but this is also so BTS. So I did this image to just imagine. I know the picture is ridiculous, and I have so many pictures like this for this specific stream because it's just so ridiculous. And I swear it is so fun imagining all of this stuff. Okay. So disclaimer, like I said, this is very silly. Please don't take it seriously because um I was about to say the best versions of these songs are the original solo songs in my opinion. In my opinion, there's always someone who gets offended because it's like these are BTS solo songs. Like, how can you even think of this? And it's like, can you just have fun? Like, it's very, very silly. I swear, it's very silly. I'm not saying that it would be better as OT7. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I just want to imagine it for 1 second. You're a master of Photoshop. I know I'm a master of Photoshop, and I have a lot of edits like this throughout this presentation. So enjoy my amazing Photoshop skills. So once again, this is very silly. I'm not saying that these songs will be better as BTS songs instead of solo songs. No, these are solo songs, and those are the best um, format for those songs. So just a disclaimer. Okay, so this is me reimagining solo songs as group songs. So I'm not imagining these songs as covers. Maybe you guys remember, you have to remember, when BTS performed Chicken Noodle Soup and Detrita, these are solo songs and BTS performed them as OT7. However, I'm not necessarily imagining this. I'm not imagining these songs as covers. I'm imagining these songs in an alternative universe where these songs are just maybe the solo songs are some kind of demos. And in an alternative universe, in my mind, because I'm crazy, BTS releases these songs as OT7 and they promote them as OT7, specifically for this reunion. You can also think of it as I would love for BTS to release a song like this for their comeback. Jeans popping, popping, popping for Chicken Noodle Soup, lives in my head run free. Same. It was iconic. And this is why I want to talk about this because it's just so, so fun. It really is. So I will only talk about solo songs from chapter 2. So no songs like Chicken Noodle Soup or De Chuita because those are chapter 1. So I'm not including any solo songs from chapter 1. Only solo songs from chapter 2. Best rapper, aka Jin. Exactly. Bora's ongoing alternative universe theory. You have to understand, guys. In an alternative universe, I am BTS's manager. And I feel like I would I would make them do crazy stuff sometimes. And these are just my fantasy. I love the way your brain works. Thank you. Because sometimes I just imagine like crazy stuff. And I know my predictions are always wrong. So it's just my crazy imagination. Okay, it's nothing too serious. And once again, the best um the best versions of these songs are the solo original songs. I'm not saying that they should change it or anything like that. This is just me imagining things. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's just start with Jungkook. I'm going to go in fan chant order, but in reverse, because with the younger singers, I feel like they already have like pop songs that BTS would release, so it's easier to imagine. So let's just start with 3D. As you can see here, here are the BTS members performing 3D with Jungkook. So here's a little clip. I wanna see it. Okay, so let's imagine 3D for a second being performed by OT7. I believe that the choreography should stay the exact same, including the female dancers. Because if you remember, there are 6 backup dancers, 6 male backup dancers. So that would be just BTS. You don't need to add anything. BTS would just have to perform it this way, the exact same way. And then there are 4 female backup dancers. There's 4, I believe. Yes. So I remember there were 4 female backup dancers. And I feel like in an alternative universe where BTS performs, where BTS has a comeback and they perform 3D, they should also perform it with female dancers. It would be amazing. It would be super, super fun. I can picture it in my mind. Also, Jungkook raps already in this song. Jack Harlow raps. So there will be a lot of rap sections. So there will be a lot of balance between the singers and the rappers. Perfect. Perfect. The rap line may create new lyrics that are still flirtatious and fun because Jack Harlow's verse I don't particularly hate. I know a lot of armies don't like Jack Harlow's rap, and I understand that. I don't dislike it, but I don't see BTS doing that rap. I feel like they can still be flirtatious and fun, just like Jack Harlow, but having better lyrics. Having different lyrics. Suga replaces Jack Harlow with a better rap. That is exactly what I'm saying. See, you and me, like, we think the same. We think the same. So this is exactly what I'm saying. Now, this is my third option for a Jungkook solo song being performed by OT7. Because I feel like in the end, there are 2 other better options than 3D. 3D is very, very Jungkook, but not so much BTS. I feel like this song was made for Jungkook, and I don't necessarily see BTS performing it as much as I see the other 2 songs that I'm going to talk about in a second. I may be wrong, like I always am with my predictions. Emphasis on better lyrics. You guys are so shady towards Jack Harlow. I don't particularly hate his verse. I don't dislike it. It's just that I feel like BTS would just not sing those lyrics. They can still be like fun, but not those lyrics. They would change those. I feel like. So that is number 3 for me. It's fine by BTS. Wouldn't sing that in my opinion. Yes, and that is why it's number 3. As you can see here, there's a 3 here because I don't necessarily see this being the best option for BTS. So here is number 2. The second best option for BTS, I think would be 7 from Jungkook's discography. And this is because 7 is, in my opinion, a single like butter, kind of. Not that they are similar or they sound similar. It's just that they are both smooth and funky and sexy and fun and summer vibe, if that makes any sense. These pictures are killing me. Listen, I took a lot of time, like a lot of Photoshop skills for years. Like, you just have to appreciate it. So picture this clip, but the entire BTS singing, like the 7 members. So I can totally see it. I can totally like look. The only difference though is that Jungkook has 4 backup dancers, so in total 5, and the choreography would have to be adapted to 7 members. I would love to see that. Exactly, exactly. Jin did dance it. Yes, Jin danced 7, but I feel like BTS could do it as well. S class editing, thank you so much. As you can see, very natural. Very natural the Photoshop. Um, Also, just imagine this. I was thinking of this. You know how the chorus goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then kind of like an echo says a week. And then once again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then another echo says like 7 days a week. There's a lot of back and forth, and I feel like the members could do that. Like different members, different members could sing this. So one member says the lines in white, and another member responds the lines in purple. And then another member says the lines in white, and another member says the lines in purple. It could be very, very fun. Each member could have a different day, low key. That would be crazy because they would have to like be like on it. They cannot make a mistake. Ad libs by the members. Exactly. Um, so also the part when it says every hour, one member would say every hour, the next one would say every minute, and the next one would say every second. It would be amazing, guys. It would be amazing. Please share that edit on the Discord channel, please. It's just so dumb. I can hear Jimin singing 7 days a week. Yes, I honestly see OT7 BTS performing 7. Anyways, also maybe you don't notice it because it goes very fast. But Laro's verse is also very long. Like she has like a lot of verses, and it can be easily divided by the rappers. So in alternative universe, I feel like BTS would release 7. Yes. Here's a however. I do feel like the song is a little simple for a 7-member group like BTS in terms of their new chapter. I feel like maybe they could have released this during chapter 1. I know the lyrics are the explicit version is like explicit. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they would choose a song like 7 for their second chapter as BTS. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Because it can still be fun. So the song Freaky though, I know, but I don't know if BTS would choose that for their new chapter. I still would love to have something like this. I think it would be fun. However, this is only my second choice. My first choice for BTS in alternative universe is Standing Next to You. As you can see here, it will look amazing. It will look amazing. This is my number 1 solo song by Jungkook to be performed by the 7 members. If they do a cover, it has to be this song. Like I see 3D a little bit and I see 7 a little bit more, but I really like Standing Next to You would just be absolutely perfect. So the choreography already has 7 members. So you don't even have to change the choreography. The choreography is perfect the way it is. The editing is cracking me up. Why is everyone laughing at my beautiful edits? I just don't understand. Like, it took me a long time to create these edits. This one, I totally see it. Yes, and this is why this is my number 1. If BTS releases a song like this for their new chapter, it would give them a more mature, complex image, complex lead single. I feel like in terms of choreography, it gives me fake love vibes, but mainstream. It's not exactly fake love. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that it gives me a little bit of that vibe, but it can go mainstream. It's also a difficult choreography that can impress at award shows. Can you imagine BTS performing a song like Standing Next to You at the Grammys? Can you imagine that? Also, Michael Jackson inspired image and choreography. Everyone will love that. Everyone will love that. More mature sound and image. Rap verses can be similar to Fake Love's rap verses in terms of style, because this song is very like smooth, and I feel like a strong, like fast, almost like hip hop style of rap verses. They just wouldn't work with this song. I feel like if they are rap verses, they have to be like in Fake Love. So the rappers can also participate in this song and have like their solo parts. So it works, like everything works. So my ultimate choice would be Standing Next to You. In alternative universe, BTS will release Standing Next to You. In my opinion, BTS loves Michael Jackson because you see it in the choreography. Definitely. BTS has always loved Michael Jackson, has been inspired by Michael Jackson. Just look at Dynamite at the MMA Awards or Melon Music Awards. I'm not sure if RM would go with this style though. That is true, but honestly, I don't know anymore, because remember that Namjoon, when he was already at the military, he shared a couple of videos of him dancing, like practicing dance at it looked like Hype's studio. And those songs, like one of those songs was very funky. And I feel like maybe he would be maybe he would love to. I feel like if there is a Jungkook song that would be OT7, it would be Standing Next to You. More than 7, more than 3D. And the other songs, I also try thinking of the other Jungkook songs being OT7. I just don't see it. I feel like these three are the closest to BTS, and still, 2 and 3 are not as close as Standing Next to You. So these are my choices for JK, for Jungkook's solo songs. Now let's move on to V. Now, V was extremely hard, so hard to me to figure it out. 3 songs, that's just crazy, because I feel like V is more jazzy R&B and BTS is more R&B, or even like pop R&B. V is extremely jazzy, and BTS do songs like that, but not necessarily like these songs. This was very hard for me. This was very hard for me to figure it out. But these are my final choices. So at number 3, I have Love Me Again. Now, for 1 second, as you can see here, I didn't include the faces because I already had, like, there are no backup dancers to put the faces on. But anyways, Friends, there's no way. There's no way. I thought of Friends. And I just don't picture it at all. What would the rappers do with Friends? What would the rappers do with Friends? What would even the singers do with Friends? Friends is very Taeyeon, in my opinion, but it's not very BTS. I love that there are 2 Vs. Yes, I love that. Okay. So, if BTS released Love Me Again, I feel like this would definitely give them a more mature sound. Um, However, I don't feel like it could be a lead single. It could be a promoted B-side or pre-release single. And I tried picturing it like a million times. It doesn't work with a choreography. This just doesn't work with a choreography. So here's a little clip. So it gives me a little bit of vibes of the performance of For Youth. You guys remember when they were just in a line, in suits and singing For Youth. doing like small dance steps, that's the most I can see. That's the most I can picture. But nothing more than that. This is the vibes that they gave me. So no choreography, but like I put right here, maybe simple dance steps like in For Youth. It could be like Let Go, but in Let Go does have like a little choreography in the end. And I don't see any kind of choreography for Love Me Again. I kind of see a choreography for Love Me Again in couples, like a man and a woman, but more like ballroom or something like that, but not like this. I don't know. Not for BTS. Life Goes On has no choreography. It is true. So if BTS released this as a um seven member version, it would be like that. Now the however is very obvious. I feel like rap verses don't fit the song. They can maybe sing, but even the style of singing that the rappers have, I feel like they just don't fit this song very much. Their style of singing it's a little bit different. Do you mean staging? Because like I said, not every song needs choreography. Oh no, not having a choreography is not a negative thing. It's just like a little bullet point. Like this, in my opinion, wouldn't have a choreography. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that it's different. Like for example, For Youth doesn't have a choreography, and I feel like it is perfect like that. For Youth doesn't need a choreography, and in my opinion, Love Me Again doesn't need a choreography either. So rap verses don't fit the song, and also their singing styles from the rappers. I also feel like they don't fit the song, and I can only picture this song as a vocal line song. So that's why it's number three. I feel like it's not the best option for an OT7 version. In number two, I have Rainy Days. Now, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Really think about Rainy Days. Really, really think about Rainy Days. Rainy Days, like yes, it's R&B, but it has like this sound in the back that is very common in popular songs. Bonk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my microphone. Like I just hit the microphone. No, she means most main songs have choreo so they can promote it better. Yes, I'm thinking of these songs as singles or as songs to be promoted in some sort of way. Even as promoted B-sides, I'm thinking of that. Um so I do see just think about Rainy Days perform by OT7. Oh right. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. I didn't change one very fast second. Okay, here. Um, Rainy Days can have some soft rap breaks. Yes, I feel like it could fit way better than Love Me Again. I just couldn't picture it on Love Me Again, but I do picture it on Rainy Days. So think of this as OT7. So I can do you hear that tick, 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 tick in the back? Like I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like do you see that tick, 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 tick? Like that is very welcoming to rap verses. I feel like it can work. And that is why Taeyong almost raps a little bit. It's not exactly like a rap, but it gives a lot of opportunity for rap verses. I could really see RM jamming with that. I do as well. I do as well. So, like I said, this one was very hard, but this is an R&B alternative pop that fits BTS's style of music. I feel like it could be promoted. It could be a promoted B-side or a pre-release single. I feel like it doesn't need a choreography. It's not a bad thing. It's actually on this. on the side of good things, positive things. However, the rap line would have very minimal participation, but they will still participate. Unlike Love Me Again, I feel like I don't know what could the rap line do. I just don't picture it. Maybe I'm completely wrong and I'm not thinking of it. Um, but with Rainy Days, I kind of see it. I kind of see it. Now, this is not my first option. This is my second option. Because my first option, I feel like it would fit like way better than any other Taeyeon solo song. Um, which is slow dancing. Like immediately when I listened to slow dancing and I saw the backup dancers come out during the performance, I thought this would work great um, as an OT7 release. I don't know, the rap line has been singing lately, so they could make it work. You are completely right. But I am seeing that the rap line, when they sing in a different way. It's almost like a spoken singing, if that makes any sense. There are different ways of singing things, and they all can sing, like all the rappers can sing, but it's almost like a spoken. I don't know how to explain it. And that style of spoken singing, I feel like would fit on Rainy Days more than in Love Me Again. But I feel like in Rainy Days, it could still work. My number one option, though, is definitely slow dancing. I feel like BTS can literally do a slow dancing. So, this would be definitely a more mature lead single. And remember, this would be a more mature lead single, more mature image and sound, and BTS could do a choreography for the entire song. Because if you remember the choreography or the performance, Taeyeon sings by himself on the stage for the first maybe half of the performance, and then the backup dancers come out and they start like moving, dancing. It's a very flowy choreography. I disagree with you, Bora. I think they can make Love Me Again work. That is totally fine. I still feel like they can make it work, but it is number three to me. Maybe it is number one to you, and I would totally understand that. Um, it's just my number three option. Freestyle jamming, yes, kind of like that. And I feel like BTS could definitely do something like this. Like I see the seven members dancing like this. It would be very, very fun. So BTS could do a choreography for the entire song, including the beginning when he normally doesn't dance. I feel like they can even add some dance steps to that intro. The rap line can create raps with a similar style to Life Goes On. It works. Like I pictured it, and I feel like it works. They would start dancing hilariously. I love it. I mean, I'm not sure. But yeah, it would be like more like freestyle jamming more than like choreography, specifically for this part. And then the rap line may even try singing because their style of singing works with slow dancing. I feel like it will work. And I even thought that an OT7 version may give the most beautiful moment in life vibes a little bit. I kind of picture it. So they already were planning to do something the most beautiful moment in life related. So I feel like it could work perfectly. A song with a style of slow dancing. So this is my number one choice for a Taeyeon solo song being transformed into a BTS group song. So this is Taeyeon. Now, let's go to the next one, which is Jimin. Jimin is very, it was so easy for me to figure it out. Because I feel like Jimin's songs are very Jimin's style. Of course, they are his solo songs, but people are already saying the obvious. At number three, I put Semi Free Part 2. And I will explain why I put it at number three. When I saw this conversation online, a lot of people said that for Jimin, it has to be Semi Free Part 2. Like BTS could definitely perform Semi Free Part 2 as an OT7 member. We're all thinking of the same songs, I think. Yes, because some songs really do give BTS vibes. So, immediately, when I watched Set Me Free for the first time, it gave me on vibes. It gave me on vibes, even a little bit of Run BTS, Dionysus, those big choreographies with lots of backup dancers, with a dynamic, epic dance break. All of that, it gives me on vibes. And BTS can definitely perform a song like Set Me Free Part 2. And the rap parts can definitely very easily go to the rappers. So this is a very obvious choice. The editing, I know. Just imagine BTS there. My amazing Photoshop skills, I know, like they are crazy. You can barely even tell that those are not BTS right there. Those are not BTS, but they are there. So this is a little clip. Just imagine BTS. I feel like it's just so obvious. Like look at even this part. I just see it. I just see it. Bora the queen of Photoshop. What do you mean it's Photoshop? I know. Like I know it's hard to believe, but guys, this is Photoshop. Like BTS is not actually performing Set Me Free Part 2. I edited this. I know it's hard to tell. But yeah, it's so BTS, yes. Now, if it's so obvious, why did I put it at number three and not number one? BTS already has many songs with big choreos like this. And I feel like this is Jimin's take on those songs. I feel like for their new chapter, BTS may want to give like a new image. And this is more, not more of the same. That doesn't sound right, but this is a little redundant. This gives me a lot of chapter one BTS vibes. This is chapter one BTS. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's why I put it at number three. At number two, I have Like Crazy. As you can see here, Like Crazy, amazing, amazing choreography, beautiful song. I feel like this is a very calm and seductive song. So if you add rap verses, those would be like Blood, Sweat, and Tears verses. Do you guys remember Blood, Sweat, and Tears? I know they don't sound the same. I'm just saying the style of song, the style of even choreography. It's like a smooth, seductive choreography. And when it comes to the rap verses, do you guys remember Namjoon's, for example? His lines are not like a strong, like aggressive rap verses. They are how is it? Sweeter than sweet, chocolate chicks and chocolate wings. So that kind of like peaches and cream. I was trying to think of the beginning. Peaches and cream, sweeter than sweet, chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings. So that style of seductive rap verses can work with this song, with Like Crazy. And also remember the beginning of Like Crazy, like those are whispering voices. BTS can do that. BTS can do that. So this, if BTS as OT7 released Like Crazy in an alternative universe, This would give them a more mature sound and image, especially for a lead single. I feel like they can definitely release this as a lead single, just like Jimin did in an alternative universe, because the best version of this song is Jimin's version, of course. I just totally see it. Totally see it. Annyeong, bitch. Thank you so much. I think Bora is suggesting more BTS in crop tops, and I totally agree. Yes, because it is funny. Because I just couldn't. I mean, sure, more BTS in crop tops, fun. Enlistment changes a lot. That is so funny. Yes, because maybe you guys don't realize once again, this is an edit. Like, this is not real. This did not happen. I put BTS's faces on the backup dancers to picture this as OT7. I know it's hard to believe because it's very like hard to tell the Photoshop that I did, but it is Photoshop, guys. This is not real. We're just thinking. We're just imagining things. It looks too real, Bora. I know it does, but I swear, like, these are just the backup dancers. These are not actually BTS. Okay, so here's my however and why it's not number one. I'm not sure if this is BTS's perfect style. I may be wrong. I feel like it can work. I feel like it can work, but to me, number one is my number one option. Like, that's why I put it at number one. Um, but yeah, number two, like crazy. I feel like it can work. My number one Jimin solo song that can work as a BTS OT7 song is definitely and without a doubt Who. When I first watched the music video for Who, it was so obvious to me. Like, I didn't even think about it. I felt like this is a song made for a boy band. I know that Jimin is the only one singing it, but I do feel like when I first watched the music video, even just looking at Jimin dancing with the backup dancers, I felt like that was a song made for a boy band. For some reason, it gave me that vibe. So, without a doubt, I believe this is the best fit for BTS in terms of a style. It has like kind of like 90s to early 2000s boy band sound. That is the first time when I listened to it. That was the first time when I thought of that. So it would give a lot of nostalgia to people in general, but also a more mature image to BTS, of BTS. I believe that it could easily be a mainstream lead single. And also, easy addition of smooth rap verses by the rap line. There is a lot of option to do that. And a great choreography for BTS. Like, I can even see it because here here you can barely see the faces of the backup dancers, and I can even picture BTS. To me, number one is my number one option. That's why it is number one. I mean, yeah, that's a sentence I said. That's a sentence I said. But I can even see BTS here. Are we gonna talk about how they mostly have six backup dancers? I know because BTS is always seven. Is a rap line adding new verses? I feel like yes, there's a lot of opportunities for that. Also, remember, not necessarily you can think of not necessarily boy bands from the 90s and to early 2000s, but also pop songs in general. Very easy to add rap verses. Bora, you forgot Closer Than This. I feel like Closer Than This is already BTS. It's very, very BTS. But I'm thinking bigger. I see Closer Than This as a fan song for ARMY, which is kind of already what it is. So I'm trying to reimagine the BTS solo tracks as promoted, um, some sort of promoted singles or maybe promoted B-sides or something bigger than just a song for fans. Not that we don't love the songs for fans. I love the songs for fans. I can't wait to see what they come up with. I feel like they are thinking of one of my number one choices. They're going to do a style similar to my number one choices. Just wait and look. I know my predictions are always wrong, but I feel like I'm right on this one. Like one of my number one choices, a style similar to that, they're going to do. Now they're going to do something completely opposite. I can totally see it. I can totally see BTS performing this. If your predictions are always wrong, we should think it's the opposite. But that's the thing. My predictions are not always wrong. It's just that a lot of I talk about so many of them that like 30% of them are wrong. So it seems like all my predictions are wrong, but only like 30% of them are wrong because I talk about them all. No, Bora, now it won't happen. I know. I know. But anyways, my number one choice is definitely Who, without a doubt. Um yeah, so as you can see here, BTS would definitely perform Who in an alternative universe where Who is not a song by Jimin. The editing is taking me out. What do you mean? What edit? Okay, so let's move on to the next member, J Hope. This was actually kind of like an easy one. So let's see. A little bit of an easy one. So I believe that BTS could release Arson. This is my number three option. Um, at number three, I have Arson, and this is my reason. As you can see here, BTS are on a line. I know it's a weird thing to say, but it gives me a little bit of vibes of Mic Drop, but darker. It would give BTS an edgier image and sound, I feel like. I know, hear me out. Why not more? I don't see more being performed by OT7. I just don't. More is Linkin Park. Like you have to know that. If you don't listen to Linkin Park, I listen to Linkin Park probably more than um after BTS and BTS solo songs. I listen to like my life is Linkin Park. After BTS, I listen to Linkin Park. And I just don't see BTS performing more. I just don't see it. Um Linkin Park has two voices, so one rapper and one singer. And you would think, well, that would be perfect for BTS. It's just different. Like I swear, it, I just cannot picture it. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong because I love Linkin Park. And if BTS ever releases a song like that sounds like Linkin Park, I would love that. But I do feel like BTS would do something more like more. I see this one as a mainstream lead single. I know it's weird, but just hear me out. And I feel like a choreography can easily be added. And that is why. Try of not thinking of Arson as the original Arson. Think of Arson kind of like a little bit of like mic drop in the sense of cool choreography and cool outfits and dark outfits. Think of this as OT7. I do see it. I don't know. It is my third option though. It is my third option. Neuron. I don't see Neuron. Didn't they dance to Linkin Park? No, BTS never danced to Linkin Park. They danced to what are they called? Limp Bizkit. And then Jungkook pretended to sing one Linkin Park song, but BTS never danced to Linkin Park. They danced to Limp Bizkit. However, I'm not sure BTS would want to go the dark emo route for chapter 2. I feel like they want maybe they will maybe have like a more mature sound and image more than something like Arson. But Arson is totally rap. Yes. So I put here not a lot of the vocal line, unfortunately. Which is, if you really think about it, is a little bit similar to Mic Drop. They do sing, but if they perform Arson, like we would have to add some kind of like pre-chorus or like something else. So yeah, this is my number 3. It's not perfect, I know, but it was kind of hard to choose. I was going to put as number 3 Rush Hour. I feel like that could work a lot, but I tried to focus on songs by BTS and maybe featuring other artists by songs on BTS's discography. Rush Hour is a song by Crush featuring J-Hope. But yeah, that is the only reason why I didn't choose it. Because number 3, I feel like it could be Rush Hour. But once again, Rush Hour is a song. It's a song by Crush. Okay, so here's number 2. A lot of you guys said it already. Number 2, I do see Sweet Dreams. As you can see here, the members are playing an instrument. I'm not necessarily picturing them playing instruments. I just put their faces there because why not? Also, I put an image of Namjoon playing the saxophone, even though it wouldn't necessarily fit. This is just for the picture, not the saxophone. I know. I don't know. I feel like they may be able to perform with a lot of instruments one day. But one day we will see what happens. Okay. First things first, Miguel has like a lot of verses, like the chorus, you know? So his verses can go to the vocal line. Easy. J Hope also has a little bit like a slow rap verses and he also sings. So perfect balance of rap verses and vocal verses. BTS would do amazing performing Sweet Dreams as OT7. The song overall is very catchy and it can be a mainstream lead single for BTS. Even though for J-Hope it was like a pre-release single, I do see this as a mainstream lead single in general. Um, I know because it doesn't have a choreography for the live performances. I mean, Sweet Dreams does have a choreography, but mainly for not for the performances. For well, in his concert he does. I was thinking of Jimmy Fallon performance. He doesn't dance at Jimmy Fallon, so yeah, there is a possibility for choreography, but I feel like BTS would choose not to have one. I may be wrong, and I feel like BTS can promote it like they promoted "Make It Right." So you guys remember in 2019 when BTS Taeyong is not having it? Yeah, he doesn't want to play the piano. Do you guys remember in 2019 when BTS performed "Boy with Love"? Like that was their main single, and then they let the label do their own stuff with Make It Right. BTS didn't have to do a lot, if you guys remember. Um, it's like a what's the name? It's pre-release single, lead single, and follow-up. So this can be almost like a follow-up single because I feel like BTS could release a main single and then release Sweet Dreams as a follow-up single in an alternative universe, of course. And promote it like Make It Right. They can send it to radios like Make It Right. They can release a couple of remixes like Make It Right. They can even have like a feature artist like Make It Right and have a simple music video. I kind of picture it like that. So that is the vocal line. That can be Jimin or Jungkook or Jin or Taeyong or all of them. They can change from time to time. And then a rapper can be the ad libs, can do the ad libs, and can do the rap verses that are a little slower. Um, I see the vision. Thank you. Like I can totally see this song being performed by OT7, including the rappers. Now, the only reason why it's not number one, it's because it's not a big song like BTS tends to do. And that is why I said I picture it as Make It Right. BTS usually has the lead single, which is their main project. Their main project is their lead single. And if BTS released Sweet Dreams, I feel like it would be like Make It Right, the follow up, not necessarily like the big lead single. I feel like they will still release it. I feel like it works. It works. It works. It works. So this is my number two. My number one option of a J-Hope solo song performed in an alternative universe by BTS is Mona Lisa. Like all of you guys knew already. This is the thumbnail of the video because this was also I had this instant reaction when I watched these music videos. Um when I watched Standing Next to You, I said this sounds like it's for BTS. When I watched the music video for Who, I immediately thought this looks like it was made for BTS. And then when I listened to Mona Lisa, when I watched Mona Lisa, I said I can also picture this being performed by BTS. So this is my number one choice. Where is Jungkook coming out from? I swear, like his face is like over there. I swear. Marcos, thank you for your comment. It's a spell wrong. It's actually Bora Lisa. Marcos, you just need to stop. Bora Lisa. Bora Lisa. This is still my favorite song by J-Hope. When he released Mona Lisa, changed from Sweet Dreams to Mona Lisa, and then it hasn't changed since. I thought that I was going to go back to More because that's my favorite J-Hope song, but it is still Mona Lisa. Like I'm still in my Mona Lisa era. It has not stopped even for a little bit. So, if BTS released Mona Lisa, I feel like it would give them, once again, a more mature image. I feel like this is a more polished, modern version of Butter. And I know that's crazy to say, but just hear me out. I'm not saying that they sound similar or they have the same subject or even like the same style of song. They are not, they are completely different. But Butter, it was kind of like a sexy, fun, summer song. And I see Mona Lisa like that. I see Mona Lisa um, being that type of single. So it can be a mainstream lead single. And I feel like this song also has the perfect balance of singing and rapping. So all of the members would participate equally or almost equally because it's impossible to do it equally. And it will have like a very smooth, fun choreography. And most importantly, I remember that in 2019, BTS had a lot of fun performing and promoting Boy With Love. And then in 2020 or 2021, BTS did a photo shoot, and then in the behind the scenes, BTS said the best promotion schedule that we had ever was the Boy With Love promotion schedule. And I feel like they can do the exact same thing for Boy With Love. It's fun to perform. If BTS perform Mona Lisa, I feel like they wouldn't be tired of it. Um, it's very much their style. I feel like BTS can just be cool performing Mona Lisa. They wouldn't have to, because you know how sometimes BTS like they go far and beyond. Like they do On, which is extremely difficult song to perform. They do Black Swan, which is extremely difficult song to perform. They do even Butter at the Grammys. Think of those very difficult performances. But with Mona Lisa, I feel like BTS can have some fun. just like they did with Boy With Love. When they performed Boy With Love everywhere, they were just not tired. They seem fresh. They seem like this is so easy and it's just fun. So I feel like the same would happen with Mona Lisa in the alternative universe where BTS is performing Mona Lisa as an OT7 song. Just picture it. Just picture it. I can totally see it. And also, you can see here, the choreography is already 7. So they don't have to change anything except the formation, maybe. I see the vision. Thank you. You know what? These are the type of silly things that leaving my mind rent free. Like sometimes I'm not thinking of video essays 24/7. I'm not thinking of like serious stuff all the time. Sometimes I'm just thinking of silly stuff like this. Um, it's not that big of a deal sometimes. It's just I just have some fun thinking, imagining of these things. The 7 hip rolls will take me out. I know. It would just be too much. But also fun for BTS. Those kind of chill performances are my favorite. They just have so much fun. Yes, because I am specifically thinking of BTS performing Boy With Love at the Billboard Music Awards. Look at the behind the scenes. Look at the actual performance. They are just so relaxed because they got this. It's not like on with on or other performances that are of course are amazing and I appreciate them, but sometimes I just want BTS to look relaxed. I just want them to have some fun, and I feel like if BTS released a song like Mona Lisa, they can go back to that style of promotions for Boy With Love. They would just go to the stage and have some fun and be relaxed and be cool and just be themselves. They wouldn't be stressing about it. Okay. So next we have August D or Suga or Yoongi. Um, this one was not a difficult one, but it was also not the easiest one because I feel like Yoongi as a person, as a writer, as a composer, he is very BTS. Um, and that's why it was also kind of a little bit hard because a lot of the songs from his discography um can be BTS OT7 songs. So some people say Hegum. I'm not so sure of Hegum. I'm going to be honest. I didn't include Hegum. Um, I just feel like there are other songs that are more BTS than Hegum. Maybe I'm wrong. This is just my opinion. He's a producer, so that makes sense. Exactly. So at number 3, I have People Part 2. As you can see here, um, I have People Part 2. Detrita. So Detrita is from chapter 1, and I'm only including chapter 2 songs. So as we know, um, People Part 2 is a song featuring IU. So because it has IU's verses and it has Namjoon's, it has Yoongi's verses, the song has both rapping and singing. So it will work perfectly with BTS. No worries. It will work great. Now, IU's verses can be performed by the vocalist, of course, and and Yoongi's verses can be distributed among the rappers. I feel like it can also be promoted as it can be a promoted B-side. I kind of see it as well as a follow-up single. Um, but I still see it more as a promoted B-side. The only reason why it's number 3 and not number 2 or 1 is because the chorus sung by IU, if you guys remember, her part is very repetitive, which is good for her because she's only one person. but you have four singers, and the chorus is very repetitive. So the singers don't have a lot to work with. It would be too repetitive for the four vocalists to share. If BTS perform in alternative universe this song, they will have to change it up a little bit because the chorus is very simple for four members. This is good for one singer, which is IU. But for the four members, they will have to change it up a little bit, in my opinion. So, wait. Yeah, I feel like it can definitely work with BTS. I mean, as someone mentioned, Suga is already BTS's producer, so it makes sense why a lot of his songs are very BTS BTS's style. Just One Day is also very repetitive though. That's a good point. But I also feel like maybe the curse is longer. It is repetitive though, but it's longer. I don't know, but we can talk about that because number two is SDL. And I put the Just One Day picture here, but with BTS's faces as grown-ups, because I don't know if I'm alone on this one, but every single time that I listen to SDL, I feel like I'm listening to something from School of Affair. I feel like I'm listening to something from from the school trilogy. So I feel like SDL is, if BTS performed it today as a seven-member group or released it as a single, it would be Just One Day, but grown up. So I don't know. I feel like it can work. Every single time that I listen to SDL, I picture Just One Day for some reason. Maybe that's why I love SDL as hell. Yes, I love SDL. I'm obsessed with SDL. I feel like SDL is the Just One Day of chapter two. In my mind, SDL is the Just One Day of chapter two. Jimin is performing. I know. Like you can see his face there. You can see his face that he is performing. He's playing the part. You did not need to edit this big. I needed to edit this big because you need to picture grown up BTS performing SDL with the style of Just One Day. You don't need to picture Just One Day because Just One Day is like baby BTS. Just One Day is BTS in high school. And that is not what I'm trying to explain. Like, that is not the vibe I'm going for. I'm going for grown up BTS, chapter 2 BTS performing SDL as a seven member group in the style of Just One Day. I'm crazy. I don't, sometimes I think of this stuff and I'm like, why am I thinking of this? Like, this is so random. But this is just what lives in my mind rent free. Like, you need to understand. Yeah, we don't have baby BTS anymore. These are men. Exactly. And that is why I actually was not planning on putting the BTS faces here. Um, I was not planning on doing that. But then I saw these are baby BTS, and this is not what I'm going for. Like, I'm thinking of chapter 2 BTS. Okay. So this would definitely be a more mature version of Just One Day, which should have gotten a Grammy. So if BTS releases a song like SDL during chapter 2, this is their opportunity to give Just One Day justice because it deserve a Grammy. And it deserves to go mainstream and everyone should have listened to it. The song SDL has a great balance of vocals and rapping. So perfect. Um Man band. I know. Some people would say that. Um Once again, mainstream slash radio hit potential. I see SDL by OT7 BTS being played in every single radio around the world, time and time again. It should be pushed. It should work. Also, SDL, I feel like it fits a little bit of the most beautiful moment in life style. So maybe when they come back, they do something similar to SDL. Maybe. Um, I feel like they will have no uniforms though, because they're grown-ups and they are not wearing uniforms, like school uniforms. They're not wearing school uniforms anymore. I put no choreography, but I may even change my mind. I feel like they can perform a simple choreography for SDL. So this is the clip. So I don't know, I picture a little bit just one day. It gives me the same vibe. So the only reason why I didn't choose it as number one is because, in my opinion, number one is a better fit. And I'm not sure if BTS would do a sweet song for their comeback. Hopefully, I'm wrong because I want to see a song like this being mainstream and a song like this being performed by BTS. And I want to listen to this song on the radio. I want all of that. So, my number one option for in a Suga song, a Suga solo song being performed by OT7 is Snooze. A lot of you guys were already talking about it on chat, and you are right. I do believe that BTS can definitely perform Snooze. And I know this is a long shot because they are not necessarily like artists who perform with instruments. Like they play the instruments. They have like usually other band. Um, but even if they don't play the instruments, I feel like it can work. It can definitely work. So this would be the quote unquote serious song with mainstream potential. I feel like it can give a good big impression of BTS's new chapter. Just picture BTS, chapter 2 BTS performing a song similar to Snooze as their comeback song. Sometimes the quote unquote serious song is what gives credibility to artists who are mainstream like BTS. And I feel like this could be the perfect choice. So this would give a more mature sound by BTS for the general public, because we know that BTS has all of these amazing songs. It's just that the general public ignores all of this and they just want to have like BTS as this one thing. But BTS also has very complex music like this. The song has a great balance of singing and rapping, because if you remember, this is a song featuring um, the lead singer from The Rose, I believe. And there's a lot of singing there. Not just any singing, but these are hard vocals. And Yoongi's rap is very complex. So complex rap verses. Perfect balance between the singers and the rappers. And yeah, all of that would be very impressive. The vocals would be impressive. The rap verses would be impressive. And I do see this song having no choreography. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see a choreography with this one. And it kind of gives me the most beautiful moment in life vibes. So here is the clip. I feel like, so that is the rap part. And then here maybe. Like that performed by the vocalist, Grammy. Instant Grammy. Once again, I'm not saying necessarily this is like an alternative universe that BTS performed these songs. But even when BTS, when they come back, they perform a song similar to Snooze, I feel like it can work. I feel like it can definitely work. This song is so serious and deep is not something to dance to. Yes, I don't see a choreography to this one, but it doesn't really matter Like this song doesn't need a choreography. Um, and once again, it's the quote unquote serious song that would give BTS a lot of credibility. Um, so yeah, this song is Grammy in my house. Yes, same. It's one of my favorite Yoongi songs ever. I can see V singing the deep vocals totally. Um, I can see all the members singing singing this one. I love this alternative universe. I know the alternative universe that is my mind. I know there is already an OT7 Life Goes On, but I also would love to see them perform Yoongi's version. That would be very, very fun and very, very beautiful because I love, maybe it's because I've stayed years with Life Goes On BTS version, but the version that I'm listening to the most these days is definitely Yoongi's version of Life Goes On. Okay, so next we have Jin. Next we have Jin. So this one was, it was also a little bit difficult because just like Taeyeon, Jin has a very specific style that he has evolved because when I used to think of Jin's style during chapter 1, it was very like the astronaut is very Jin during chapter 1 even. Um like powerful, sentimental ballads. And now he's like more rock. He's like more rock, and BTS has never performed this type of songs that Jin is now performing. I feel a little bit of the same that I felt with Taeyeon's solo songs. Trying to transform Taeyeon's solo songs into BTS songs was a little hard to me. Um, okay, so in number 3 for Jin, I have Falling. This was very, very hard to think because it was like Taeyeon. Like Jin's style is very specific, and I don't necessarily see the rappers, for example, performing Jin's songs the same way that I had when analyzing Taeyeon solo songs as OT7 songs. So number 3, I have Falling. I'm not super convinced about this one, but I feel like it could be fun, especially because if you think of Falling as a duet with Taka, I don't see it. I know, like this was a very hard one, very very hard one. So, if BTS release a song similar to Falling, they can get maybe the band image instead of the boy band or boy group. There is a possibility for a choreography if you really think about it, and I feel like the vocalist can excel this type of vocals. It is very hard to picture, but I was really trying to think about it. I was really I don't know about Falling though. Yes, I know it is the only thing that I can think of for number 3. Jimin's vocals here would be nice, I guess. Yes, like I can see the vocalist. Now, here is my however. What kind of rap verses can it have? That's number 1. Number 2, I'm not sure if BTS would have a pop rock single in their new chapter. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but I just don't see this song as an OT7 song. It is very hard for me, just like with Taeyeon. It was very hard for me to choose the 3 Taeyeon songs that can be performed by OT7 the same way with Jin. Like Jin has such a particular style that is not necessarily BTS's style. It is very, very different. So it was very hard for me to choose this one. So number 3, I have Falling. Number 2, I'm a little bit more confident. I chose Don't Say You Love Me. Wait a second and hear me out. I feel like Don't Say You Love Me can have Don't Say You Love Me is radio hit potential. I see Don't Say You Love Me being played again and again at the radio. In every single radio. Like you would change it and it would be playing Don't Say You Love Me. It would give BTS a more mature image. And once again, this would give BTS the image of band instead of boy band or boy group. Once again, impressive vocals. I don't see a choreography with this one. And what I do see is that this song can be promoted as a follow-up single, like Make It Right. Um, so BTS wouldn't necessarily have to do a lot of things. They just have to send it to radio. My point is that Don't Say You Love Me is a radio hit in my mind. Like I see it as a radio hit. And that is why I compare it to Make It Right, because that's what they try to do with Make It Right. They try releasing remixes and have this remix with love. And I feel like they can do something similar. Wait, is this no? This not this. It is kind of hard to picture it, but I kind of see it like with Make It Right kind of promotions. People people in the chat are not guessing my number one and my number two. But anyways, number one for Jin, I thought of oops, background. Now, as you can see here, I put film out's picture because I feel like if they perform it as OT7, they would perform it in this style. Now, a lot of people are saying Super Tuna and Rope It. I love Super Tuna and Rope It, but they are a little silly for BTS, and BTS don't do silly. I mean, they do like with Otsukare and but even like their silly actual songs. I'm thinking of these are like actual songs. Rope It would be fun though. It would be very, very fun. I just don't see BTS promoting Rope It in any kind of way. Rope It isn't silly. I know it's not, but it's very motivational, very like, I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong because a lot of people are saying Rope It. So we're just going to disagree on this one. That was harsh. How dare you? No, that's not. I was not trying to say anything negative. I just don't see Rope It being performed by OT7 promoted. I'm not sure. More like master performance, but not full promotion. Yes, I can see it as a master performance. But I am thinking more of singles that BTS will release, or pre-release singles, or follow-up singles, or promoted B-sides, but some kind of promotion. Abyss or background. Abyss is from chapter 1, and I'm only including songs from chapter 2. So it was very hard because it was very hard for this. To me, this one was very hard. Jin and Taeyeon were the hardest one to figure it out. To figure it out. So I feel like mainstream audiences would definitely stream this kind of rock ballad if BTS decides to go the more alternative rock band route. This would give a more mature image and sound to BTS. It has impressive vocals, so they will shine a lot. This does not have the most beautiful moment in life vibe, but it does have a more grown up vibe. That's what I was trying to go with. Entirely, Teresa, thank you so much. I literally just posted earlier this week about background being an OG7 or vocal line track. Exactly. So thank you. Entirely, Teresa understands my point of view. Like she gets me because so many people don't see it. So maybe Maybe you forgot background. So I can totally see background. It would give BTS an entire different image, an entire different image. And this is a song like Film Out that BTS can perform. BTS would perform background. They would release background. But as a lead single, it would shock everyone. It would give them a more mature image and sound because it has impressive vocals. Actually, if BTS perform Film Out with kind of like an English slash Korean version, in mainstream shows in America and everywhere. Um, I feel like it can work. Like they can even get a Grammy and all the recognition, and this can be played at the radios and award shows. I feel like I can see it. I can see it. So once again, this song background does not give me the most beautiful moment in life vibes necessarily, but it does have a more grown up vibe. And I feel like maybe BTS wants to go with that. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait. Um, we can add rap verses, or preferably calm singing by the rappers can easily be added. Do you guys remember Film Out? There were quote unquote rap verses, but those were more like singing. It was not singing, but it was like they were not aggressive rap verses or like breakdown and then like a hip hop sound. No, it's nothing like that. Film Out is Film Out, like it's very sentimental throughout the entire song, even during the rappers verses. And I feel like this song can have the exact same thing. So this is my number one. You're right, it's giving Crystal Snow, Your Eyes Tell, Film Out. Exactly. Also like Crystal Snow and Your Eyes Tell. Maybe like their Fix You cover. Yes, kind of like that. But what I like about this one is that I do see it as a main single, as a lead track, as a lead single, because um, it is a little bit dramatic. There's a lot of emotion that BTS will have to put on, and audiences would be shocked. And that shock is good because it would give them a new, more mature image. And I love background. Maybe I'm biased because of that, because I love background. Right now is my favorite song from the album. Um, it used to be number two, but I feel like now it's number one from the album. The music video would be amazing. Yes. Maybe in another place, another time. Yes, like iconic lines. Okay, so let's go to the last member, and that is RM. Now, RM, I feel like you guys are going to disagree with me. Like, I already see it because if you were shocked by my choices for Taeyeon and Jin, I feel like you're going to be shocked about my choices for RM. So I'm sorry in advance. In advance. Entirely Teresa, thank you so much. It's a top quality headphone track. It definitely is. I just want to listen to it. Like when I was doing this, I was trying to picture OT7 BTS to do this thing, but I was so distracted. So I kept listening to the song, and then I was like, wait, I didn't write any notes. So let me listen to the song again. I just kept getting distracted. Um, okay, so all of your predictions are wrong. And let me tell you why. Once again, I'm so sorry about this one. We are going to disagree. So at number three, I have Wildflower. Now online, I saw a conversation of armies saying that the RM song that can be performed by OT7 is Wildflower. And I see it, but I don't see it that much. And this conversation was like, no, like the Namjoon song has to be Wildflower. And I'm like, sure, I see Wildflower being performed by OT7, but I don't feel like it's the OT7 song. We're going to have to disagree on this one, okay? So first, the things that I agree with. This is a powerful song. It has impressive lyrics and vocals. Yoonjin's verses can be performed by the vocalist easily. So it would be very amazing and impressive. There's more than enough rap verses for the four rappers to distribute because we know Namjoon basically raps throughout the entire song. Um, and that would be no problem for the rappers. I do see it as a pre-release single instead of a lead single or a follow-up single. I keep forgetting the name. A choreography is a crazy idea, but I would kind of give it I would like to give it a try. I know it's a crazy crazy idea. I do see it though. It is my number 3 option. I mean, I kind of see it like the big notes by the vocalists and then the rappers would be like rapping alongside the vocalists. All of that dynamic. I kind of see what people are saying online. Um but I don't see it that much. Now, this song in my opinion is very RM. Four rappers. I'm sorry, three rappers. I meant to I was thinking of four vocalists and three rappers. I'm sorry. Three rappers, not rapper JK. um so yeah, three rappers. I'm sorry. So as I was saying, this song is very RM, but not so much BTS in my opinion. Particularly for a single, I just don't see it as much. I see what people are saying online and I see their vision. It's just that I have like a weird different vision when it comes to Namjoon's solo songs. Also, you have to remember that I understand that the majority of armies, because I even did a voting and everything, the majority of armies prefer the style of Indigo as an album. But I am more like a right place, wrong person girl. I like weird and different and surprising and all of this kind of stuff. And that is why that is why right place, wrong person is. But Yoon is also so Namjoon coded. Yes. So I feel like people are going to disagree with me for my number 2 and 1 options. And I'm going to just have to live with that because these are my choices and I'm going to defend them. So number 3 is Wildflower. Number 2 is Growing. Now, I feel like Growing, we were talking about this on the stream, talking about voting for our favorite songs from 2024. And a lot of you guys said that Growing felt very BTS. And I also see it. I would even put it at number 1. But I have a weird vision for the first one, so just let me leave. I'll talk about it in a second. But I do agree. Growing is very BTS. It's very fun, but also like there's a lot of rap verses and it can have a choreography, like so many things. So Growing is it can have a funky, smooth choreography. It would be fun. It would be fun. I also kind of see it with kind of like TikTok viral potential for some reason. Maybe it's because of the funny lyrics from the curse. I don't know. I just see it as TikTok viral potential more than any other thing. I also see it as a follow-up single. I don't necessarily see it as a lead single or even a pre-release single. It doesn't give me pre-release single vibes. It gives me follow-up vibes. Also, I feel like it would be very easy to promote on radio and it would be fun to perform at award shows. Never Play is a collab. Yes, so I'm not including songs by other artists featuring BTS members because I was about to choose Rush Hour, but then I said that is technically Crush's song featuring J-Hope, so I didn't include that, and I also didn't include Never Play because of that. So yes, Growing. Just picture OT7 BTS dancing to this on a music video like this with this style of clothes and this style of dancing, I feel like it can be fun. I feel like it can be fun. I don't know. I kind of see BTS performing this with a full on choreography because he's like Namjoon is basically just going around and dancing with no choreography, like particular choreographies. Um, but I feel like BTS can do like an actual choreography to this song and perform it even like in Korea. I see it also being performed in Korea, in Korean music shows. That is it. I can see this as a random song they just made for fun, but nothing too serious. Mm, yeah, you're right. I It reminds me of not the style of song, not the genre, not anything like that, but kind of like the vibe of how they will release it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Go Go. Like it's fun, it's easy to perform, but it's fun. It's fun. It's a little silly, but it also has like a deeper message. Like I don't know, spine breaker. Yes, kind of like a spine breaker. That kind of vibe. Thematically, the lyrics fit Yoongi's "The Most Beautiful Moment in Life" lyrics too. If you think you're gonna crash, accelerate even harder. If I feel like I'll crash into them, I'll just step in onto it on it harder. So it will work with "The Most Beautiful Moment in Life" as well. Korean award shows would make them change the lyrics. Yeah, that is true. Like a grown up boys with fun. Yes. Like a grown up boys with fun. Yes. That is what I was thinking of. Beastie Boys vibe. Yes, definitely. When I watched the music video, I immediately thought of that. Because of even like the clothes and everything. Here's my only however. The shock of BTS performing Groin wouldn't be as big as the shock that the general public and even us armies would have if BTS performs my number one choice. Now, I want to defend myself. I know this is a weird one for some people, but I'm going to stand by my decision. My number one option is Lost. Now, I know Lost, a lot of people love Come Back to Me, and a lot of people love Wildflower. And I totally get it. I love those songs. But just hear me for 1 second. If BTS released a song like Lost, wouldn't you be so surprised? Even Tay is mad at you. Yeah. Only J Hope is smiling. Jin is okay. I didn't expect this. I know this is a weird choice, but just hear me out. And if you don't get it, it's totally fine. I feel like this just works in my mind because I also explained it to my sister and she doesn't see it. But I do see it because I know the reference that I'm thinking of. Okay, hear me out. Alternative Beatles vibe. Now, I'm not saying that Lost is a song that sounds like the Beatles. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that the trajectory of BTS's career can be like the Beatles vibes. Because if you remember, well, you don't need to remember. The shock from the songs from the first albums of the Beatles were more like the first albums of the Beatles were more like they were critically destroyed because they were like for girls and very feminine and very fun and all of this. So when they started doing like more alternative things, they were like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. So they started getting critically acclaimed. So that shock, that's what gives me the Beatles vibes. Well, alternative. This would give BTS a more mature, alternative, funky image, which would be completely different. I even thought of kind of like Queen style of music videos, Queen the band. Just think of not the sound, but the music video. Kind of like the music videos. Um, kind of like alternative, almost weird, artistic music videos, kind of like Namjoon's music videos from Right Person Wrong Person. Entirely, Teresa, thank you so much. I'm ready for Sergeant Pepper Error of BTS. Yes. Sergeant Pepper Error? What is that? Am I missing something? Gotta go to sleep by. It's totally fine. Yeah, we would be shocked. Also, if they release Paquito, but it's not BTS Vibe Girl. I feel like it is though. Um, Let me tell you my reference. So, huge shock for all audiences, including us armies. It would still be fun and mainstream because I do see this song as mainstream. I know it is very hard for some armies who are not used to this style of song to see this song as mainstream, but it can be promoted, and it has worked. As I wrote it right here, it gives me back on 74 choreography vibes. So I do see this song with a choreography. So look at this. Okay, and now look at this. This is a very popular song from, was it last year? No, it was 2023. But I remember that it went viral in 2024. So this is a song called Back on 74. It's by the band Django. And actually, Taeyeon shared this video on Instagram, I believe. And it had this style of choreography. Now, I believe that Les Seraphim, who is also from Hive, they did my idea for BTS. Because I had this idea for BTS when I watched Lost. I thought BTS should release a song like Lost with a choreography like Back on 74. I swear, I swear I had this idea in my mind, and Les Seraphim just did it. So this band, Django, made a song for Les Seraphim, and Les Seraphim has this style of choreography. When I thought of this choreography for BTS in the style of Lost, this is what I'm saying, Lost. I know what people are saying, okay? I know it doesn't give a lot of BTS vibes, but I feel like BTS can explore new genres. We all know that they can do it. And I feel like they can do this. I feel like they could excel at this. So just look at a little bit of Back on 74, a style of choreography. It's very alternative, weird, artistic. It is so addicting, in my opinion. So I know it's BTS experimental era. Yes. And this was so popular. I remember that I was obsessed with this choreography. And Taeyong shared this video on Instagram. Was it on Instagram? No, it was on Weaver's Live. Taeyong knows this song. Taeyong knows this choreography because he danced to it. So I'm not that far with my prediction. Not prediction, but wishes. Because I saw this for BTS. They already did it with Les Seraphim. So good for them. Good for them. But I thought of this first. Like, this is my idea, okay, for BTS. It's just a beautiful choreography. And I feel like if BTS did something like this, it would be like a huge shock for everyone. And I feel like BTS can do it. I feel like BTS can do it. And don't you hear a little bit of Lost? Not necessarily like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Bora, now I need this. You've created a need within me. Listen to me. I've been keeping this in my mind for the past, 2 years? And then when Namjoon released Lost, I was like, okay, so not just Taeyeon, but also Namjoon is into this style of music, this vibe of music, this alternative, weird choreographies and sounds and more alternative. And also, like I mentioned, this song was very popular. It was promoted everywhere. It was a TikTok viral hit. It has a lot of streams on Spotify. So it is possible to go mainstream with this style of songs. And that is my reason why I put Lost as number one. Now, if you still disagree, I totally get it. My sister still doesn't get it. I tried to explain it to her with the Back on 74 video. My sister just doesn't see it, just doesn't understand my point of view. And that is totally fine if you agree with my sister. I know this is not BTS's style, but I feel like it would be a huge shock. And it's a style that BTS would do because someone said anything like crazy that is not BTS would be a huge shock. And it's like, sure, but I feel like this is a style that BTS could do. Other genres, I don't know. Like, let's say that BTS releases like a salsa song. Of course, they would surprise and shock everyone. But BTS, I don't see BTS ever releasing a salsa song. But I do see BTS someday releasing a song like this. I may be completely wrong though. Namjoon and Taeyong stay in same room. They listen to the same song. Exactly. So can you imagine? Now I'm going crazy with my imagination. Maybe not OT7, but at least Namjoon and Taeyong are into this style of music. So a duet with saxophone solos, please. A song like this with saxophone solos. Okay, since you said it now, BTS will release a salsa song. You know what? My predictions are always wrong, so they may eventually release a salsa song because I don't see it, so they will do it. I would love a Bangtan salsa song. That would just I just can't with that. I don't know if they even listen to salsa music. But they surprise me every single time. So, what do you guys believe? What do you guys think? What do you see? Like which solo song do you see OT7 BTS performing? What is your opinion? These are my choices. I force myself sometimes to choose three songs by each member. For some of them was very easy. For other members like Jin and Taeyeon, it was very, very hard. Closer though, guys, I think it's time I'm honest. I love that little part of Closer. It's not my favorite song. I know, destroy me, cancel me, hate me. Um, it's just not my style of song. Like I mentioned, I like the drama. I like the drama, and Closer is the opposite of drama. Closer is very comfortable. Closer is very I like the the na 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 money pip that little part. But Closer is like a very, very simple song for me. Like I mentioned, I like the drama. I like Big. Um so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is why I like Right Place Wrong Person more than Indigo, even though the majority of the fandom prefers Indigo. And I totally get it. Indigo is a beautiful album. And some of my favorite songs from Namjoon ever are in that album. But I just have a connection with Right Place Wrong Person because that is the style of music that I listen to. Entirely Teresa, thank you for your comment. I want BTS to do what Mamamoo used to do and trade songs among the members for funds. I have seen a little bit of that, and I feel like that would be very fun. At least for a master, please. Can you imagine um, the members performing each other's solo songs? That would be very fun. That would be very, very fun. I want them all to sing "Get Your Ass Out of Trunk." I mean, that would be iconic. Who does seven? I feel like Jin could do 7. I also see Jimin doing 7. Maybe I'm seeing Jin doing 7 because he already performed 7 and I feel like he can sing 7. V would love doing Hegam. That would be fun. I feel like he would do it. J Hope. J Hope could do 7. B would do any Yoongi hard rap. Yes, because he's obsessed with the rap parts. They could change the song and make them ballads or folk. They could. I would love to have some kind of dynamic, at least just once for Master or Festa or something meaningless and fun. Not that those are meaningless, it's just that they are not promoted or anything. They are just for us, for fans, and for fun as well. Tay achieving his dream to be part of the rap line. V doing a slow dance and Jimmy doing a slow dancing. I kind of see V doing a slow dancing. And then a slow dance. I'm sorry, Jimin. I kind of see Jimin doing a slow dancing. I want JK to rap. I mean, he kind of rapped already on 3D. Body to body to body to body to body. That is a rap, right? It's kind of like a rap part. V doing Come Back to Me would be so perfect. Ah, that would be awesome. Yeah, that is a fun dynamic to have. At least once. Jin rapping Arson, there's no way. We're talking about Jin who did who sang popping, 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 popping because he couldn't remember, he couldn't do the rap part from Chicken Noodle Soup. He just said popping, popping, popping. I feel like Jin would do 7 or maybe a Namjoon song. But he can rap the loner dong. Is that the na 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 sa na 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 that he used to do? Jin on Wildflower. That's what I was thinking. That's why I said Jin doing a Namjoon song. Around the World in a Day, that is my dream. That is one of my favorite songs from Right Place Wrong Person. I really love Right Place Wrong Person. It's my personal album. Okay, so that is all I have for today. It was very silly. So once again, I'm not saying, I feel like now it's clear, but I'm not saying that these songs would be better as OT7. That's not what I'm saying. I believe that these songs are better the way they are right now. Um, their best versions are the solo versions because those are the originals. This is just a way of reimagining these songs as OT7 just for fun in an alternative universe. So yeah. Um so hopefully you guys could join this time. I know that it depends on, sometimes 4 is better for some people, 6 is better for some other people, and I just know which one is best. When we did the voting on Friday, the majority, like the vast majority, voted for 6 p.m. ET instead of 4 p.m. ET. So I said, okay, maybe I can change it. So I'll see how it goes this week. And then I'll think about it again. It doesn't matter. It's 1:30 a.m. here regardless. Do it at 5 ET. Can you do this in reverse? Oh, so group songs being a solo song? That would be fun. I can do that. I can do that. So I can think about it and do it in reverse. If that's what you meant. Yeah, that's what you meant. Okay, perfect. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, 6 p.m. ET. Um, so yeah, that is all. See you guys on Wednesday, and I hope you guys had fun. I know this was very silly, but um, I always wanted to talk about this for some reason. I feel like it's fun. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on Wednesday.